Hey, this is Tyler Mane, and you're listening to fucking Idle Chatter.
IdleChatterPodcast.com.
Idle Chatter.
If you have been listening to this podcast for the last, I would say, 2-3 months maybe, you've probably heard us mention a few things about the Hot Springs Horror Film Festival in Hot Springs, Arkansas, coming up in just over a month. Well, you may not know in this episode, I am actually privileged enough to bring back the guru behind the entire festival and someone who we've had on the show before, the one and only, the lovely, the talented, Tamara Glenn. Welcome back, Tamara.
Oh, Andrew, it's great to be back. Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
It's always a pleasure to have you on, and especially now that we have business to talk about, and I can't wait to get down to business, because last time I interviewed you, and it was, the interviewee kind of thing where we were going back and forth on all the cool things that you've done in your career. Well, now we get to talk about the future, and I think that's even more exciting. So I guess let's just jump in. What do you think?
Yeah, let's just jump in.
Okay. Well, as we know, Hot Springs Horror Film Festival is coming up September 26th through the 29th, and that is going to be right in your hometown of Hot Springs, Arkansas, at the Central Theater. So I want to talk a little bit about the guests that you have lined up for this show, and let's start with someone who you may know a little bit about. She goes by the name of Tamara. She's someone that we may recognize from, a horror series and a really special horror film. What do you know about this Tamara Glenn?
I know that Tamara Glenn is one incredibly busy chick right now. I know that Tamara Glenn is very grateful and thankful for life's blessings. And I know that she's looking very forward to the festival.
So now that we're getting this close, Tamara, what does a day look like for you right now? Because we're just a shade over a month from when this thing starts.
Andrew, honestly, it's been round the clock, but it hasn't been as intense as it has. The intensity has certainly increased daily, hourly, minute by minute. Someone asked me the other day, they said, had you rather work on a film or be the co-director or director of a festival? And I'm like, oh, God, I'll take a film any day.
Now, am I safe in saying this is your first go-round as a festival co-director, or have you done something like this?
It is. And I tell you, when you are, the coolness about this festival is that it is a filmmaker for filmmaker festival. And number one, I'm just so grateful that I had years and years and years of production experience to be able to pull my resources together and apply every ounce of knowledge from everything I have ever done in my entire life. I kid you not, to this festival, which is my baby.
Certainly. And it's funny. I talked about you being like a ball of energy for the genre, and this festival has really intensified that to the point of, people just look to you for excitement, because every single day, whether it be social media or what have you, I think people just derive a lot of excitement from being around you, even if it happens to be miles and miles and miles between something on Facebook or Twitter. You're an exciting person to know. So, I guess that's kind of a compliment I'm floating out there, but I think a lot of people would agree with me.
I don't, and I'm so honored that people think that, I am a ball of energy. I am, and that's, sometimes that's a good thing, and that can also be a bad thing. I'm always go, 90 miles an hour, and my thoughts are just bouncing off every wall and every TV in the house, and I mean, I am. I'm constant go. That's why I broke my toe in the laundry room.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Who breaks their toe a month out from their festival? Come on now.
Well, I mean, I'm going and I've got laundry to do because in the midst of trying to organize a festival and everything else that's going on for 2013, I still have a house to maintain and I'm trying to keep it in order, and I'm in the laundry room in my Bentley, my beautiful, loving golden retriever on his blankie was in there for me to put it in the washing machine. So, short story short, my foot got wrapped in the big blankie, and it was either I started to fall, and I lost my footing, and I said, okay, my head is going to hit something, or my toe is going to go this other way, and it's going to hurt like hell. But I was okay letting the toe get hurt because I really didn't want to get in my head because all I could think about was festival.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, maybe if I hit my head and I got some bruises, maybe, you constantly think about how you become so obsessed when you're passionate about something that you, every minute of every day, I am totally relating everything I do to like blood, guts, horror, slasher, thriller, sci-fi, fantasy. I mean, you name it. I'm totally obsessed with it.
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I just picture you kind of like Annie Brackett from the original Halloween, getting stuck in the window in the laundry room, except twisting your toe and falling. I don't know why I put that together, but that's just kind of the image I got in my head. So take that for what it is.
Yeah, it was, and then I got upset for a minute. I'm like, Bentley! I was like, if the blanket hadn't been dirty, had I not wanted it perfect for you, I would have done it. Oh! And he just looked at me. I'm like, oh, honey, I'm sorry. Let me let you hear you. And if no, it wasn't your fault. And I'm like,
Your toes throbbing. Your dog's wondering what in the world's going on. Yeah.
And here I am hollering, going, here's a bone, baby. Here's a big milk bone. Oh, mommy loves you.
Well, it's one of those things. The pup's got to sleep somewhere, and then it just starts to stink and needs washed. I know, I've been there myself, but unfortunately for you, your toe took the fall. But I think toes heal quickly, so I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be able to wear your heels and all your stuff that you need to for the film festival. So or I've got my fingers crossed. Our toes crossed.
The festival is, since the last time I talked to you, the festival is absolutely amazing, Andrew. It has picked up so much speed over the past few months. Just speed and momentum and energy and talent from these filmmakers who are submitting internationally and nationally as well. And I'm completely in awe of life. What an amazing opportunity. And there is something I can share with you that I didn't share back a few months ago. Eileen Deep will be the recipient of our first Lifetime Achievement Award.
Is that right?
That is right.
Awesome. That's great. No, I have just started. Now, I can't quote you too much, but I've started reading her book, and I'm really looking forward to finishing it because I'm already hooked. I just haven't had a lot of time to sit down and get it read. But that is wonderful. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, the whole thing with Eileen, how all of this transpired, I was already friends with her on Facebook, and she actually hit me up via private message wanting to attend the festival. And it just kept transpiring, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, I think I even sent Justin Beam the message from her. I'm like, oh, my God, do you believe this? This is like not Eileen Deep.
Yeah.
This is the Eileen Deep.
Yeah, yeah.
You get this? And, and it just, everything has just grown, and my God, like I said, for her to receive our first Lifetime Achievement Award, and she's just amazing. And with Jeff Burr coming in, the director, his credits go on, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface, you know, and Eric Fox is coming in. He was one of the runner-ups on the show Face Off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
His work is crazy. I mean, I'm a huge fan of his. And, you know, he's coming in, and Tyler Mane is coming in with his film Compound Fracture. And I hope, and I know there's going to be a wonderful turnout for the whole festival, but anyone out there listening that plans to attend any of Tyler's films, there's some little something that he does, and you can also win a chance to be killed by Tyler in one of his next films or something. So there's just so much amazing stuff going on, Andrew. Let me see who else is coming in. Leslie Donaldson, a wonderful actress. She's coming in. Eleanor Kelly is coming in from New York. Bart Mastronardi. Bart teaches cinematography at the New York Film Academy.
Wow.
So, yeah.
This is awesome. I mean, I've been reading, I kind of read it every day thinking, oh my goodness, I can't wait to see what's next, because it's just looking at the list. Here's the thing that gets me about this festival more than anything else is that it's not a convention. You know, you're not going for the same reasons. And the reason why I am interested in this more than even a convention is because a lot of times you go to conventions to see, and this is not, don't take me as insulting at all, but you're looking at people that have done things. This festival, you are looking at people that are doing things, and you can learn and pull things from them. Whether you're a filmmaker or not, you can walk away with so much more enlightenment from something like this. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to go to multiple conventions even in the future. I think they're great. But a festival like this, you're caught up in the middle of what's going on in horror and sci-fi and, you know, the thriller world right now. And I think that is so refreshing. I love this idea. I'm glad that you guys have put this together for that reason, I should say.
Well, in the panel, because there will be the big directors panel. Oh, and also Patrick Ray, who he has a nail biter out in Redbox right now. He's a very hot up-and-coming director. But from the big directors panel down to the actors panel to the technical panel to the film and distribution and finance panel, you know, a lot of the people who are in attendance are going to hear these experts say the same words. They're going to say, this is what I had to sacrifice in my life for my career. I was passionate. It takes passion and tenacity. And I've heard stories before where I'm just like, oh my goodness. It's just amazing what people will do for their careers. But there's so many other ways to take these words and apply them to daily life.
Right. Yeah, because there's so many things.
Make you a better person. I mean, it doesn't, I mean, of course, it's for actors and filmmakers and special effects and all of those people combined, don't get me wrong, but there are life lessons in those stories of inspiration that people have to share that can change and will change, I know for a fact, people's lives.
And somebody in all of these fields has to decide somewhere along the lines to not take the safe road anymore with their life, to realize that I'm going to do something. I'm going to risk what I've got now in the hopes of not even trying to get better for yourself, but to do what you love. Because, I mean, you can have all the things and all the, all of the accolades, and you can have some money in your pocket, but if you've not done something that you're passionate about, I think, in my opinion, you've not lived. You've just kind of acquired. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense, but just kind of along the way, you collect things like a rubber band ball or something dirty rolling down a hill. You collect a bunch of dust and dirt, but at the end of it, what do you really have? If you followed your dream, you may not have a ton of money, or you may, but at least at the end of it, you have something to show and say, you know what, this is what I was passionate about. This is what I've produced from it, and I'm proud of it,
Right, and I think once you sacrifice, I think it was someone like Sylvester Stallone who was just so very poor. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a story about how he sold his dog. And I think he was living out of a car. And then after he finally sold a script or whatever, and then he went and got the money and then went back and bought his dog back from whoever it was that he had sold it to. But, you know, it's, I do believe in passion. I do believe in making sacrifices. Life is too short not to be happy. And I don't want anyone, I would not encourage anyone. I mean, yes, we all have to do what we have to do because we are survivalists at the end of the day. But, and we do, of course, have to pay bills and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I want people to know that it's okay to take risks.
Right.
And just because someone maybe, you know, there's one thing in this industry that you really can't do, or that you really need to learn how to take very well. You know, learn how to take rejection well. Learn from it or don't learn from it. But just because one person thinks one thing doesn't mean that 100 other people are going to think the same thing that one person thought.
Yeah. Yeah, because you put yourself out there. I mean, you have to be willing to say somebody's going to not like this, but how many people are actually going to like it? And that's so true of the horror genre. I mean, because even horror fans in and of themselves can be very sectioned off into certain things that, you know, what somebody considers good, the next person may not, but that's art.
Right,
I mean, that's how art works. That's how it ticks.
Well, and too, I mean, it goes back to, you know, whether, look at casting. The role could call for a girl with, say, long blonde hair. Well, that actress goes in that day, and that casting director has had it out with her sister who has long blonde hair, and so she's mad at every girl with long blonde hair in the world. And she's going to cast or send somebody to the director that has, you know, long dark hair or red hair, you know.
Right, yeah.
I mean, the main thing is just take those risks in life. My gosh, take them and be smart about making right choices. Anytime there is an opportunity to learn anything from a professional that has been in this industry for a long time, you may want to just, you know, sit and listen to what they have to say. And like I said, these are lessons that you can apply only in TV and film, but in the corporate world and in everyday life.
And you end up finding friends along the way too, because I never would have thought in a million years, just in the short time we've done this, that just talking to people, you end up forming great friendships with people over just talking shop, just talking about common interests and things that have always really interested you. And then you find out there's this greater world of people who have similar interests to you. And next thing you know, you've got this great community of people around you that you never would have had before if you didn't just step out there just a touch. You know, and it just gets better and better as it keeps rolling along. That's
what I was going to say, is that, you know, just be smart in who you surround yourself with, because, I mean, the one thing I will say is that you're only as good as your team and those that you do surround yourself with. I mean, I do believe in that. And network with like-minded people. I mean, look at us. You and I have become friends, and you're the official Idle Chatter, which I'm very, very proud and honored to announce on your show. Idle Chatter is the official podcast for the 2013 Hot Springs International Horror Film Festival.
And I can't tell you how much that made me blush to even have you ask me that. That was just so cool. I appreciate that to the moon and back. I mean, that is wonderful. The fact that you even have done this show with us now, I mean, the second time now, this is just so cool. That alone is beyond incredible. But to have you say that or ask that or whatever, you don't have to ask me that. Are you kidding me? Just yes, do it. But it's truly an honor. I mean, I can't say that enough. Really, really is an honor. And I say that for all the guys that come on this show with me too. They're just so thrilled that we get to be a part of this, and it really is
it's an honor for us as well. I mean, and thank you very, very much.
Not a problem at all. Hey, one more person I want to throw out there, though, that I've gotten to know a little bit on Facebook. I mean, you know her basically from a couple interactions, but you got to throw out some props to that assistant of yours. Stephanie's a pretty cool gal, isn't she?
Oh my gosh, I love my assistant so much. She is like my sister. She is so sweet, so efficient, so private, which also helps when I'm having a really bad day. But no, Stephanie is amazing and has a heart of gold. She and her husband both are incredible people, and I thank the Lord above every day for her being in my life. And it makes me feel good about her I feel good about her all the time, but it's nice when someone like Eileen compliments Stephanie to myself, and other people as well. I mean, she's amazing. I love her, and she will be with me for a long time.
It's funny because when you talk about somebody, that works so closely with you, they talk to the people that you talk to, and you end up getting to know them as well as you actually know the person that you're working with technically. And it's so nice to know that, you are as super sweet and nice as you possibly can be, but the person that works right alongside you is every bit as sweet and personable. So it's like, you just feel comfortable working with your team. I mean, you have such a great team, and I think that that's the reason why. If there's not one main reason, I think that would be the one I'd pull in, is that you just have a great team here, and that's why this festival is going to be such a hit.
I mean, I can't tell you how overwhelmed I am daily, just how thankful and truly, truly blessed that I am. I mean, and I sometimes when I'm alone, I start thinking about it. And I mean, I get mushy, I do. And I'll call up one of them and I'll just say, hey, I'm driving along and just wanted to just say thank you again. I think they get tired of hearing me say thank you.
Well, I'd rather get tired of hearing you say thank you than get tired of something else. I can tell you that.
I mean, I'm constantly saying thank you, and you rock, and you're awesome, and and they each have an understanding. This is not me. This is all of us together, and I always want them to know and understand that. And because just like with fans or whatever, I mean, I could not have all of these amazing, wonderful things happening in my life like they are without the amazing people that support me or that are in my immediate circle, the assistant, the, whatever. And, Sherry Padules is the most incredible social media lady. She's running all of my social media for me except on my personal Facebook page. And I do most of it myself on the fan page, but she does assist me sometimes. But she's just incredible. And there's so many fans who are so talented that have reached out saying, I want to help do something with the festival, and I want to do this and I want to do that. And I'm just like, wow. It's amazing, Andrew. But it's also a reflection on the genre itself and how we're just one big happy family.
That's the truth. I mean, that is totally the truth. And I know I keep throwing out names, but a couple of them that always stand out to me is Austin. I think his last name Hinderliter. Hinderliter, yeah. What a cool dude. I mean, first off, the logo that he made for you is just, I mean, it's like an iconic logo, even though it hasn't been around that long, because you can immediately relate to it. But some of his other work is just astounding. I mean, his cover work for the Slasher Studios picture, Don't Go to the Reunion, really incredibly awesome. I mean, that guy is uber talented.
Right, and that's one piece for the Halloween franchise, and he did my logo for the Hot Springs Horror Film Festival. He's going up, and my God, he's talented, and he is as kind as he is. And I also got to meet him last March in person at Horror Hound. And that's what we're talking about here. It's just these really cool people that come into your life, and it's just a certain energy gets to flowing.
Yeah.
Cool time. Very cool time.
Yeah, I mean, I see all the stuff that he puts on, Facebook mainly. He's just a talent that is, you would never have known about him if you hadn't have met him like that, but it's almost like it was meant, you were meant to meet him. You know, that was meant to happen, because it's just, I mean, that logo alone, I think, is so cool, because it's just a silhouette, but you immediately know exactly what that silhouette is because it's so iconic with Halloween 5.
I know, and the T-shirts and the merch, all of that is getting ready. The final official order is going to be placed tomorrow, and I am so excited. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm so excited to see the logo on T-shirts, and yeah, I can't believe it.
Oh yeah, oh, it's going to be awesome.
Oh, me.
It's going to be awesome.
What a fun time.
He's one of those artists, though, that understands the understated simplicity, speaking much louder than very, very busy things. Because, like I said, it's just it's so simple, but it screams exactly what you need it to scream, and you don't have any other fuzz in your face. You just you see what you need to see. I think that's what works.
He delivers.
Yes.
You know, I guess he's got some Michael Myers thing going. I mean, by golly, he just, when he strikes, he's going to deliver it.
Yeah.
And Austin is, I really respect his style.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And, yeah, it's his style, and I've known a lot of graphics people in my life and such, and I tell you, he's young, he's right up there at the top with some of the best that I've had the opportunity to work with and come in contact with, and he's amazing.
So cool. Again, just a testament to the great community we have around us for the, all the things that we do in our world on a daily basis. Let's talk about some special events. I know we have Tyler Maine is going to be showing Compound Fracture is going to be one of them, and it looks like we're going to have a meet and greet event with that. Is there anything? Is Tyler's going to be there probably with his wife, correct?
Right, with Renee, absolutely.
Great. We got to talk to Renee, too, a couple weeks ago when we had Tyler on the show, and that was so much fun. I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
If I'm not talking Jason, and I'm not talking Michael Myers here. If Tyler and Derek Mears were ever to get really angry at each other and get into a fist fight, who wins?
Tyler.
Really? You know what?
Yeah.
We talked about that too. Here is what we had this conversation on the show a little bit. I mean, and only a little bit of it got on the actual episode, but Derek is like a finely tuned athletic machine, whereas Tyler just looks like a beast. He could get you from wherever at any time. He doesn't have to be, Mr. Lean, mean, athletic machine, although he is. I'm not saying he's not.
Right.
But he just looks like that lumberjack. I could uproot you out of the ground and then pound you back down into it without even having to break a sweat. So I think I agree with you. I did have a couple of the guys say, "I don't know, man, Derek Mears, he's pretty built." I'm like, hey, built means nothing. That guy's tenacious.
Yeah.
We have to go there because, I mean, they're two they're kind of icons in the genre right now, not just because of what they're playing, but just because of the types of dudes they are. I mean, they're both super awesome guys. So yeah, I know we'll have to track Derek down.
I would definitely take the big T man in a heartbeat.
I think so too. He did threaten to beat up my brother, but my brother kind of asked for it. So he asked Tyler to tell him his favorite Michael Myers line, and Tyler just kind of looked at him, and then he looked back down and shook his head. It was quite funny. We have the picture to prove it. He was trying to strangle him right there on the spot. Okay, well then let's look at is Eileen's going to have her book there for signing, right? And the book is oh goodness, I don't have it right.
Exercising. It's called, the name of Eileen's book is called Exercising My Demons.
Yes.
And she will also be speaking to, I'm not sure which day and time yet, that's still to be determined. Mm-hmm. And I will certainly pass our official schedule of events on to you, and everything is 100% locked in. But I know that Eileen will be speaking. She will be available for signing, whether it be her book and photo op.
Great.
Then again, like I said, we will present her, it looks like right now, on the last day, which will be a Sunday, when we present all of our awards. We will do a special honorary time for she and her award.
Great. No, that'll be such a neat event. I can't wait to see that. That is going to be so cool. She is so neat because she's one of those people that proves that you don't have to be on the screen in an iconic film for the entire time to, quote, be the star.
No,
you just have to make an impact. And she is impact. I mean, that was the entire time she's on the screen. That is the most frightening part of that movie. I mean, or part, you know what I mean, but parts of that movie where, I mean, it's iconic in and of itself, even though the runtime isn't incredibly long, it just absolutely hits you. So that for me always will keep Eileen Dietz as kind of a, you know, an icon of the genre for me. I mean, even, and this is not throwing anybody under the bus, but I think she is, you know, Linda Blair played the part for the majority of the movie, but she played the part in the movie where it impacted the hardest. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I think, you know, she's forever an icon.
I mean, this is, you know, and Eileen and I have discussed this a few times actually. With the guest that's coming in for this festival, this is more, and I hate to sound cheesy, and I'm not trying to be cheesy, but this is more like the love horror fest.
Yeah.
Kind of like, there's just all the guests, they are so kind, and everyone is laid back. Everyone has such a special message to share, story, film. All of these people are just, I'm truly in awe of these people, and this is really cool, Andrew.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, and I'm counting down the days now. I mean, my God, I woke up this morning and I looked at the date on my computer, and it was August 1, and I'm just like, oh no, don't even tell me. I'm ready for it to get here. And I've got some anxiety going on about that. I mean, we still have 10 million things to do, and that's to be expected. But I'm going to be a bit sad when it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that.
I may sleep for 3 days, and then after I come up out of my 3-day coma, being so dead tired, it's going to be sad. But we've started planning 2014.
Great. Yeah.
So
this annual thing.
Yeah,
man.
and I want it to where, you know, the filmmakers, all of us, I want everyone to come and unite, and I want relationships to be made, and I want these filmmakers to get every ounce of everything they can out of this from the best people, and not only the genre but the industry as a whole. Definitely. And I mean, and then right shortly after, well, actually, this is a little funny story. A weekend following the festival, I am off to El Dorado, Arkansas, and it looks like I will be introducing Bret Michaels at a big music festival down there.
Nice. That's awesome. That couldn't turn out any better.
Right. And then after that, I am off to LA in a few weeks, more into October. I can't remember the exact dates right now, for the big Scare Foundation charity event out there. And to my knowledge, Robert Englund is being awarded the Humanitarian of the Year award.
Wow, that'll be an event.
So that will be an event. I'm so excited. Then I will come back home and get my son, probably, and back to LA we go for the big 35th.
That's going to be incredible. You know, can you be my inside source as to how awesome that is? Because I won't be able to get to that. You've got to be my social pipeline, okay?
Yeah, and but it's just a super busy year, and with everything that's going on, I am so fortunate, and like I said, I count my blessings every day.
Well, I've been holding back on one thing with the festival, though, that when I saw it, I got physically kind of got giddy. I mean, I was just, you know, excited and like, really? That's great. No, but what I'm most excited about now, and most excited. I mean, as far as the screenings go, just because you're there and Justin's there, I think it's so cool that the Scare Foundation is going to basically have a screening of Halloween 5. That's so neat. I mean, what a cool idea to utilize this time to do that for the foundation, and then have, you a star of the film there, and then Justin, kind of the curator of the series there, and everybody together to see this movie. I think it's going to be so cool. What an opportunity to see that film in a unique way.
Well, when early on I went to Justin and I said, because I'm big into giving back, and I feel like he has done so much for me and Malika Cod and the franchise as a whole. I wanted to give back, and so we kind of pondered around a few ideas, and he said, let's do this. And so that's what we ended up with. We're also going to have a silent and live auction that I am super happy about. I know for a fact that Jeff Burr has mentioned that he is going to dig through some of his closets and see if he can find some cool stuff to throw into the auction mix, which I'm sure he can. And I've been in touch with Sean Clark, and it's just going to be a real exciting time. And then also a portion of all of my T-shirt, all of my personal merchandise sales, and going forward, whether they're sales at the theater or online, whatever, a portion of my sales of the proceeds will go directly to their foundation.
Great. What a cool foundation, too. Is there anything, basically, my question is kind of to give people a teaser. When they show up for the first day, or whatever day they show up for the festival, they walk into the Central Theater in Hot Springs. What do they see as soon as they cross the threshold of the door?
Oh, they're probably going to see registration tables.
Fun. All right.
Yeah, we will have registration. I'm trying to stay out of some of the logistics because it's gotten to where I'm so hands-on that sometimes I'm too hands-on. And I have people pushing me aside saying, go do something else because you don't need to worry or whatever. And I'm like, okay. And then 5 minutes later, I'm back over there turning it again.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, when they walk in, they're gonna there will be registration tables set up, and of course the smell of popcorn and music, and it's going to be pretty laid back the first couple hours, when the doors do open. We are also having a zombie duck ride, and what that will entail, you will go to a specific location. You will pay $5 to get your zombie makeup done by professional special effects people. Tim Welch is actually my person running that, and Tim is a wonderful, wonderful artist. And you'll donate your $5 and have your zombie makeup, and then you'll get on a duck amphibious ride thing, and you will go for a little ride, and then you will come back, and you're going to have jugglers and balloon animals being made for the kids, and this is really I'm taking this all to heart, and it's pretty much a community outreach as well as a festival. I want everyone to come and have fun with us.
I love that. I've talked about this in the last time we talked, but the Central Theater itself is so cool. And then one of the things that I was when I got a chance to talk with Tim Welch myself, and what an awesome guy, first off. But second off, as we talked, he talked about some of the stuff that he's done, and I've seen some of the pictures of the stuff that he's done. And I said that his catchphrase should be, I can give you A-class Hollywood special effects on a high school play budget. Because that's exactly what he does. It's truly remarkable with what he creates from basically nothing. I mean, it's literally nothing that he creates all this stuff from. And when you look at the finished product, you think that he's spent, I mean, good grief, thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Right.
Yeah.
Tim is he is one of the most well, he's certainly one of the most kindest people that I know, but he's an amazing talent.
Yeah, definitely. Cool guy all the way around. I can't wait for people to get there that haven't met him already. He's such a huge force anyway, but people that haven't met him already to get there and see him and meet him and all that good stuff. I actually, to let you kind of get on your way so we don't keep you too long, I have something that I want to ask you about a little bit, because I saw this actually just today. I noticed something about a new role on a television series. Do you care to indulge me in that a little bit, or can you?
Yeah, I can say a little bit. The name of the series, it hasn't even gone into production yet. So the name of the series is Of Dark and Disturbing Things, which is right up my alley. And Of Dark and Disturbing Things, yes. I was immediately attracted to the title, as one can only imagine, but it's one of those things in life that was meant to be. I don't know how the planets were lined up right, and through a couple of phone calls, it all came into play, and I have been offered a role on a series as a regular. It's kind of hard for me to spit that out right now, Andrew. And what it is, it's basically, I know I have this huge smile on my face. It's basically Twin Peaks meets True Blood.
Nice.
So to speak.
Well, that'll be a lot of fun.
And yeah, I am super, this is a dream come true. It's another one. This year, my God, there's been so many dreams that have come true, but this is a life dream that I've wanted. I've really wanted, and I prayed about, I wanted a series and to be able to come back and do maybe one film every 1 to 3 years, and be consistent and give solid performances and do maximum maybe 2 conventions a year to get out and love on the fans. Plus, keep going on with the festival as an annual event, which of course is going to happen. This has been an amazing time.
It is truly amazing. And the thing is there's so many people out there that when they hear about this, they, see this coming down the pike, they're going to be absolutely thrilled to see that. They're going to be, waiting impatiently. Because I'm already waiting impatiently, and you just said it's not even in production yet. So, there's going to be so many people there that are just ready to support the heck out of you. You're nothing but just an awesome person to meet, an awesome person to know. I can't tell you how awesome it is to be able to call you my friend. It just is. It's just incredible. So, thank you so much for all of that and all that you've done for this podcast and all that you continue to do for fans, whether it be this festival or just being yourself, just being Tamara Glenn that people can access and talk to and have no issues doing it.
That's what it's about. Yeah, that's what it's about, because my son, today, like I said, it's August 1st. My son is about to turn 18. We move into college here in about 3 weeks. And, I go through everything else, all the trials and tribulations in life that everyone else goes through. Nothing, just because you're an actress or an actor or people see you in some kind of celebrity isms up there. We also have our personal daily lives to deal with, and and I guess that's why over the years, I've learned it's not what happens to us in life that's so bad; it's how we choose to deal with it.
Yeah, agreed.
And but I'm just I'm normal. I like to cook, and I like to go fishing, and I like to get out and shoot hoops with my kiddo, and my number one job in the world, above and foremost anything else, is being mom. I'm Alex's mom.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it. And you're just a person. You're a real person. I mean, I think a lot of the fans out there watch Halloween 5 and absolutely love seeing you in it, but it is so refreshing to know that, Samantha's awesome, but Tamara's cooler. I mean, that's what's so awesome about meeting you. I guess we can kind of leave this here unless there's anything that I left out about the festival. Is there anything that I have? Because if I have, I apologize.
No, I mean, we're good. And like I said, once the official schedule of course, events can constantly be changing, don't get me wrong, but as soon as we have a good firm schedule, I will get it to you for you to get it up on the website in case you have any listeners that will be in the area. We'll just, all of the information will definitely be forthcoming in the weeks ahead. And it won't be too many weeks because then we're going to have the festival.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely.
If I'm still alive.
Well, for those of you that have not done this already, I am telling you right now, do not miss out. You need to go to HotSpringsHorrorFilmFestival.com, follow Tamara Glenn on Twitter at Tamara Glenn, and then you also need to get on Facebook and follow her fan page, Tamara Glenn. Get on there, do this. You need to know this stuff because you can also like the Hot Springs Horror Film Festival on Facebook. You can also follow the Hot Springs Horror Film Festival on Twitter as well. Get all these things running across your news feeds because you want to be kept up to date on this. Don't miss any of these details. So I guess without further ado, Tamara, thanks so much for joining us once again.
Thank you, Andrew, and thanks to all your listeners, and thanks for just all you've done for me in one of the most incredible years I've ever had in my life, so thank you.
I am just thankful to be a part of it, so thank you, and we will hopefully talk to you soon, and if we don't talk to you too soon, we'll definitely talk to you at the Hot Springs Horror Film Festival in September, so until then, everybody out there, have yourselves a lovely week, and we'll talk to you soon.